What it do, Terp Nation? It took me a while to get this review of Maryland football versus Ohio State game. We lost the game, giving up over 60 points. Quite frankly, um, the game. This is another example of a game where I felt the kids competed. Our young roster really showed out. They fought, but Ohio State is just too loaded, and that's a team that's putting it together. I said it on the preview. They came off playing their best game against a good Rutgers team and a good Rutgers defense that they embarrassed. And with our defense and our team going through injuries, I knew it was going to be a problem. I was just, on the preview, I was just really looking forward to us making it a competitive ball game. Um, I would say it was probably competitive in the first 15, 20 minutes of that ball game. And then after that, Ohio State just pulled away with their talent and depth. And again, another game where I thought the staff really didn't help Twillier very much. But Twillier, quite frankly, the last two ball games, I don't like the way he's looked. Hopefully, we head into a bye week now. We need it. This bye week probably could not come at a better time because we just played two top 10 teams, and they both pounded us physically and on the scoreboard. More so on the scoreboard than it was physically, because both games I didn't really see a overpowering like physical, like this, like a disadvantage. Like we won. Like Ohio State wasn't whooping. It wasn't a physically whooping us type of deal. They were just more talented. Their guys were just running away from our guys. You weren't like they had bigger players out there. You weren't like they were faster or anything. Their schemes were better, and they just got too much depth. When your four stringers probably can start in most schools in the Big Ten, you are a ridiculously talented team. I've said it. That team, Ohio State team, is the most talented team in the country. They have guys, receivers who left Ohio State who are number ones in Alabama and places like Texas A&M. So some of the transfers that have left there have went on to be D guys in other schools, like in the powerhouse, in powerhouse type of programs. So I'm talking Alabama now. So again, the Terps had their work cut out for them heading to the ball game, but I started hoping we can at least make it a little competitive, but that didn't turn out to be that at all. Ohio State took us out of the ball game after that first quarter, and they never really looked back. Their depth, their talent, and they just overpowered us. Really, I think this bye week came at a perfect time for this young team. We need to get healthy. Quite frankly, I think they're confident. Got shot the last two ball games. We have to be confident football team if we're going to win at least two ball games to make a ball game. Now, I got us winning at least three ball games to end the year, to end the season, on the regular season. However, if this team, what I saw the last 2 weeks, just when they get down, they just they don't fight. The lack of getting off the field, the defense is not really looking good at all. They can't tackle. Again, same issues that I've seen all season. We can't tackle. We are horrible in situational downs, third down, fourth downs, key downs. So we can have a team. We can sack a team on first down, and then second and long, we'll give up a 15-yard gain, making it third and short. What's the point of you sacking them on second down? You basically just took what should have been an advantageous situation for us, and we just shot ourselves with mistakes. So again, terrible situational down awareness. I need this roster to do a lot self-thinking, because to me, a lot of issues we're having are self-scouting issues, because the same issues we've had all season, for some reason we haven't gotten better. So this staff needs to do better doing their own self-scouting, what teams are taking advantage of, because to us, our offense hasn't looked good the last 2 weeks, but what's more disheartening to me is our defense. We ain't tackling. We are horrible in situational downs. We ain't getting off the field. And with a young team, that's how you get a team, the scoreboard, to look as ugly as it has looked the last 2 weeks. Physical pounding is worse. It's the worst thing you can take in this league. When you're out there, when you put your defense out there, you can't get off the field on third down. I don't care who you are, especially a team like Ohio State in their building, it's going to be a long fucking day for us. So this team has a lot to learn. And they will. I really believe this season is going to help this team, and the schedule this year is going to help this team with the type of back-to-back. Mind you, we got Penn State. We got Minnesota after the bye week, then Penn State. I think some other Michigan. So we have some tough ball games. Michigan State. We have some tough ball games with ranked teams coming up. So this team cannot feel sorry for themselves. We have to pick ourselves up back on the floor, and we have to keep chugging. We have to keep fighting. Because believe me, guys, this season can turn. Just as it's turned for the worse, it's going to turn again for the better. But we got to keep fighting, and we got to quit turning the ball over. We got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot. We got to find a way to get off the fucking field, and we got to find a way to generate pass rush that we were getting early in the season. But now, because teams are getting guys are getting open so fast. Our pass rush is not even getting there. And we still got a good D-line, but we're not getting home because our DBs are ass right now. So I need this, again, this staff need to do some self-scouting, figure out what teams are doing to us, because really it's more so us than teams, because we keep falling for the same shit. Teams are hurting us with the same shit all week long. Stop making Nick Cross play 20 yards down the field, guys. Bring Nick Cross close. Nick Cross can check tight ends. I want to see Nick Cross man-to-man with every team tight end going forward. And you will see how much better we'll be. Stop putting Nick Cross in a situation where he's just standing there looking bored. It's horrible game planning, horrible schemes. Like this week, this bye week, I need the staff to sit down, do some self-fucking scouting, man. Watch the schemes we calling because teams figured us out. And it ain't working, guys. This shit is starting to tick me off because I'm seeing the same old flaws every week. We can't get off the field on third down. Lack of situational awareness, knowing that, okay, we got them on second and long. If we can stop them here, we got them on third and long. Now they ain't shit. Instead, we'll give up a massive gain on a second and long situation. Now I'm third and short. You basically just shot yourself in the fucking head. Handicap yourself. Come on, man. This team got to be better, man. So, again, this staff needs to do some self-scouting. We need to do some scheme changes. I want to see some scheme changes. I won't even say the kids got the depth chart got to change. I won't even call for a depth chart change. I think the schemes got to change. Teams just figured it out. Ohio State, whenever they needed a big play, whenever they needed a key play, they got it. Whenever we needed to get off the field, whenever we needed a key stop, we didn't get it. That, to me, is schemes. We have to change this shit, put these kids in better situation to play fast and play confident. Because right now, we don't look fast, we don't look confident. And that's scheme. The kids are not believing in the scheme. So, again, Brian Stewart, you motherfucker. You better figure this shit out, motherfucker. You have a bye week to self-scout, to do some self-scouting. And if you don't figure this shit out coming out of the back against Minnesota, I'm not going to be happy with you, Brian Stewart. We won't start calling for your fucking head around here. All right? We're a young team. We'll get that. And some of us who know X's and O's, we see what's going on in the field. However, one thing I don't like is outdated schemes or a stubborn motherfucking coach who refuse to adjust. That's what I'm seeing right now in our ballgame. I want to see us do a lot more slanting, a lot more slanting on the D-line. We ain't doing none of that shit. Teams are finding gaps in our D-line, and our linebackers are so out of place 90% of the time on his running plays that what should have been a 3-yard gain are becoming now they're becoming 10, 15-yard gains. What used to be 2-3-yard gains in the first 4 games of the season when we started 4-0, those runs are not turning to 10, 15-yard gains because our linebackers have been out of place all season. It's just that now teams are starting to scheme us to get our younger guys out of position. So the coaches got to do a better job scheming things to get these guys back in the right spots where they need to be. Where they're slanting people, moving people around, but shit got to get better, man. Because we can't keep running the same shit out here, the same straight up front. I don't see us do anything pre-snap, and we definitely don't do no kind of trickery on with offenses. We don't trick nothing. We just throw our defenses out there in base coverage and say, go play. We don't have the athletes to do that against Ohio State, guys. I expect better scheme. I expect better fucking coaching. I expect better X's and O's. And I ain't seeing that. That, to me, is the most upsetting, the most fucking maddening part about this situation. Because you see the kids fighting, but they ain't being put in the right spots to excel. And that needs to change because this Big Ten is no fucking joke. There are good fucking staffs in this conference. Maryland needs to start having some respect around here on the X's and O's ability because right now they've come out looking flat the last 2 weeks. Dan Ineos too included. That offense, I don't like the way it's looked at all. We ain't taking advantage of Solier's strengths. We're trying to make this kid throw 10, 15 yards bombs every time and every play. I need us to see a lot more quick passing game, a lot more slant, a lot more quick crossing routes, a lot more pick routes. We ain't doing none of those rub routes. We ain't doing shit. It's creative. We're just letting guys just run out. I can't stand this shit. Rakim has basically become a known factor. Rakim Jarrett basically become a known factor since Demons went out. So again, guys, like I think the bye week came at the right time. This staff needs to look at themselves in the fucking face. 80% of our problems we have this year, the last 2 ball games, are our problems. Mistakes, penalty, boneheaded plays, not getting off the field, lack of tackling, turning the ball over, situational awareness on offense and defense. You get a big gain. First and 10, you get 7 yards, and now you're 2nd and 3. Somehow Maryland can't get a first down. It's been happening all fucking season. We will get 9 yards on first down. Now it's 2nd and 1. This motherfuckers can't get a first down with 2 more plays. So again, that's it. That type of annoying ass shit needs to get fixed, because that's fucking annoying. There's nothing more annoying than you actually put yourself in good position on third down and don't gain it. Anything less than 5 in third down, you should be getting about, I expect you to get at least 60% of those. That's the whole point of third down, to get it within 5 and lower. And this team has been super inconsistent in that all season long. So we need to get better with that. We need to get better with the X's and O's. Our schemes are outdated and teams are figuring it out. We need to put these kids in better spots to play fast, play quick, and actually bring their talent out, because that's the whole point they got recruited here. It's their speed and quickness. We got good players. We got to put these young guys in better position, because teams are scheming them to be out of spots, out of place. And many of the time, they read their cues too quick, and they took off instead of actually allowing the player to develop. Or either that, or they read their cues too late, and by the time they realize, oh, I need to be over there, a lineman is slamming them 10 yards down the field. That's D1 football. In high school, they were usually quick enough to get around that guy, or big enough to get around that guy and go make the play. In D1 football in the Big Ten, you're going to find your head on the dirt as a linebacker, being out of place. So we'll get better with that. The tackling just to get better again, the schemes. So Coach Locks, prove yourself. Brian Stewart, defensive coordinator, prove yourself. Dan Enos, offensive coordinator, prove yourself. You guys got to start proving yourselves, because the last 2 weeks, the opposing staffs have been kicking you guys' asses, more so than the kids on the field. You guys are getting kicked in the ass. Guys are running wide open. Teams are getting chunks. That's game. Come on, man. We got to get better. All right? But let me just end this now. I'm about to head my way to the gym right now and go motherfucking Terps and no one else, motherfucker. Bye week. I can't wait for this bye week. We need to rest. And shout out to Lamar. Shout out record passing. Shout out to the Ravens 4-1. With all our injuries and all that, we're still 4-1. We got a big game coming this week with the Chargers, Justin Herbert. Lamar has a chance to show everybody he is the one. He is the chosen one. All right, guys? But anyways, go fucking Ravens and go motherfucking Terps and no one else, guys.